Episode 96. Tomas and Eva are at Orthy Jeans and they're lip locking. And Tomas pulls back and Eva apologizes. Now, this is the part that I don't understand about Mr. Tomas. He's in public tongue kissing Eva, who is supposed to be his quote unquote friend. And he's in a relationship with Kat, but he doesn't care about being out in public and possibly running into one of her family members who are at Orthy Jeans. So I don't get it. So he tells Eva he can't let her take full blame for the kiss. And Eva mentions to him that he said he just wanted to be friends. And then he tells Eva he really liked the kiss. So now I'm even more confused because what the hell are you doing, Tomas? That's messed up on all types of levels. Like, you're running around here, you're telling one person, Kat, another one thing, and now you're telling Eva that you like kissing her. Really? So, and then too, I mentioned in the previous episode about how I read this article that talked about Tomas and his lack of acting, so to say, how he doesn't show too much emotion. And this is where I need him to step it up. He was just lip locking with Eva and when you're pulling back, well, she's pulling back and he's like, you like it? Show her that you like it. I mean, put some emphasis in it. Like, make us believe it. Next, Kat overhears Nicole say she would tell the whole family. And Kat asks her what is going on. And Nicole tells her to take a seat because she has something to tell her that involves the family. So Jacob walks in and says he's there to talk to Nicole. Next, Ted is on the phone with Bill and he tells Bill he needs reassurances that Kenny is dead as he's reading a news article about the body found in the park. So he tells Bill his livelihood is at risk. And that's true. That's why I didn't understand in the previous episode why Nicole was coming at him so hard. She was getting upset with him about doing the plastic surgery, not understanding that he's putting his livelihood at risk. He's putting his license at risk and everything to help their son, as well as her father. So Leslie knocks at the door and she's telling him she needs to talk to him. So she brings him some candy as a thank you from taking her home after Nicole attacked her. And Ted asks her, why does she have a scarf around her neck? And she takes the scarf off and Ted is stunned. Next, Madison is eavesdropping on Chelsea and Addison's conversation regarding Addison claiming that her hubby put hands on her. So Chelsea tells her she's so much better than that. And then Addison goes on to say, I knew you would understand, being extra dramatic. That's why I'm not buying her story. She hasn't said anything about pressing charges or leaving old boy. It's just, he's a great man. He just has issues. No, you're the one with the issues. So next, Eva tells Tomas he has a girlfriend, her half-sister, and Tomas tells her he doesn't like how Kat treats her. So why is he telling Eva and not Kat about how he feels? Why not tell Kat that? Why are you telling Eva? And I'm like, what kind of boyfriend does that? He's talking about his girlfriend to her half-sister who she dislikes extremely. And he tells Eva that Kat can be sweet and funny, but he and Kat don't hit it off. So Eva asks, is the sex good? And he tells her it doesn't exist. And see, this is the part that I'm talking about with Tomas. He is messy boots. Why the hell is he telling Eva about Kat and her choice to be celibate? Like, that is so dirty. The girl don't want Eva knowing her business. And then that's another thing. When she tried to have sex with him, he didn't want it. Now I feel like he's playing games, rather indirectly or directly. And he tells Eva at this rate, they probably never will. And this dude, man, I can't wait for Kat to air him out, because I know she is when she finds out what he's doing, because he's being dirty. He's being very dirty. Next, Jacob tells Nicole he's there because Leslie has filed an assault complaint against her. Next, Leslie takes her scarf off and Ted asks her, "Who did this to you?" And she tells him Nicole. So Ted goes on to tell her he didn't think what he interrupted resulted in Leslie's injury. And more than likely, we know Cray Cray. Cray Cray is exaggerating, and yeah, we all know that. That's why you have makeup artists. People can make things look worse than what they are. So then Leslie tries to get Ted to give her free plastic surgery because we know she can't afford to pay for it. And she's alluding to the fact that he could help her with her injury to her neck. So Ted tells her it's a scar and it's not permanent. And she goes on to say that, and he tells her he has to get back to work and he has real clients. And she tells Ted that she thought Ted knew Kat had something to do about the accreditation paperwork not being completed. And so there she is being messy. Well, of course, she'll do anything to be in Ted's face. Next, Jacob asks Nicole to tell her side of the story, and Nicole tells him she and Leslie got in the scuffle. So Jacob tells Nicole Leslie says she has severe contusions on her neck due to Nicole trying to strangle her. And Nicole says if she was only successful. And Nicole now knows that Leslie set her up. And this is the part where Nicole looks bad as a psychiatrist, because you should know crazy, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, because I don't think she ever ran into crazy like Leslie, because Leslie is like a mentally ill, diabolical, evil person, and you have to almost think like her to understand her. Next, Tomas tells Eva to keep what he told between them. And see, that's another thing. Like, he goes and drops these bombs about Kat. This is the second time or third time. And then he says, "Oh, don't say nothing." It's like, you shouldn't even be talking about it. So Eva asks, is he a virgin? And he says he's not. Yeah, we know that. And so why didn't he have sex with her when she tried? I don't get it. So Tomas constantly gives Eva ammunition against Kat, and I don't think that's fair. So Tomas constantly gives Eva ammunition against Kat, and that's just so not right. And he tells Eva he and Kat almost did the deed, but he stopped it. And that's another thing. Why? I know I keep saying it, but this dude, oh, he is playing games and he just can't hold water. He is worse than the most messiest gossiping woman I've ever met. So I think maybe Kat should be grateful she didn't do anything with Chatty Tommy, because he just talks too much. That's going to be his name, Chatty Tommy. Next, Addison tells Chelsea her hubby has been abusive in the past and she's laying it on thick. She tells Chelsea he doesn't get physical all the time and that Chelsea really cares about her. And I'm going to need Chelsea to wisen up to what Addison is doing. I mean, it's obvious that this girl is playing games. And Chelsea tells her she's going to call Bill about Addison's options regarding her marriage. And Addison tells her not to do that. Of course she does, because she's lying. And she knows that if Chelsea gets Bill, it's going to expose her lying. Next, Ted tells Leslie if Kat has something to do with the accreditation, he needs to know. and he tells her that Eva took full responsibility for not completing the paperwork. And Leslie says when she confronted Eva told her to not worry about it. And she says she knows Eva, and she knows that Eva was just taking care of it and taking the blame because she didn't want to out Cat. So then she tells Ted what mother and daughter duel has his best interest. And the show ain't basically Nicole and Cat because they're doing things to hurt him rather than help him. So, I mean, desperate Leslie is always trying to get this man, and he don't want you, Leslie. Let it go. But I don't think she ever will let it go, to be honest. Next, Jacob asks Nicole if there were any witnesses, and Nicole says Ted was there and that the incident happened at Orphy Jean's. Damn, it must be nice to have the pre-clout in town, because anybody else would have been getting escorted to the police station, especially if someone charges them with assault. Next, Tomas tells Eva he doesn't have a lot of friends in town, and that's obvious, and that Eva is easy to talk to. And don't forget to include kiss too. So I guess Tomas' tongue kisses his friends. Maybe that's why he doesn't have any. And he tells Eva the reason he stopped Cat before they could do the deed was that he felt like it was forced and it didn't flow. Oh, get the hell out of here, this dude. So again, why didn't he tell Cat this? And he says he felt pressured. Again, why didn't you tell Cat that? Like, you gonna wait and tell her half-sister instead of telling her? So Eva tells him it's about what he wants to happen next. And I guess that's the $1,000,000 question. What does he want to do next? It's kind of obvious. So he tells Eva he wants to keep talking to her. Of course he do. And so again, he just needs to let Cat know that if Eva is what he wants, then say that. Stop playing games. See, that's the problem. That's the problem right there, why women don't trust men. Because you got men like him that's going around playing these games. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Period. Next. He tells Eva he wants to get to know her and he wants her to know him. And he holds her hand and thanks her for being her. This dude, I'm telling you, the mixed messages is too much. He's like some kind of undercover, I don't know what he thinks he is, some type of Casanova or something. I don't get it. I really don't. Next, Jacob tells Cat he's an officer of the law and he's there to do a job, no matter who it is. So Nicole tells him if he has to arrest her, do what he must. And Jacob says he knows who Leslie is and he's there to gather info. And I mean, he got to do his job, and that's the problem with Cat. Like, Jacob lets her get away with too much, and she thinks that she could just talk to him any type of way or tell him to do whatever she wants him to do, and he's supposed to do it. Like, bag up. He is a police officer, not a fake one, and not an armchair one, an actual police officer. So let him do, an actual detective. So let him do his job. Next, Madison tells Chelsea that Addison seems to be milking an abusive situation. And she tells Chelsea her timing is coincidental. Exactly. And she goes on to tell Chelsea there's never been any abuse claims between Addison and her husband. And that tells you another thing, because if he was so abusive that he caused a wound on her head, I don't think this would have been the first time, given that they've been together for a long time. It would have happened before as well. I mean, well, sometime previously. It wouldn't have just happened right after Chelsea told her she didn't want to pursue a relationship with her. So Madison tells Chelsea that something's off about Addison. Exactly. I told you I'm getting that single black female vibe from her. And so she tells Chelsea she has to be smarter regarding Addison. Exactly, because Chelsea is acting all brand new. So next, Tomas decides to go with Eva to her hotel room. This messy dude, I'm telling you, he is playing with fire. So now he want to get busy with Eva. He couldn't do the deed with Kat, but he can do the deed with Eva. This damn Tomas, I tell you, this little sneaky boy, ooh, this sneaky dude, he is messy. Next, Jacob asks Ted did he witness an argument between Nicole and Leslie, and Jacob asks him, is it true that Nicole tried to strangle Leslie? And Jacob knows Ted is not going to do anything to insinuate that Nicole committed a crime. He is not, and you can't blame him. He's her husband. So next, Nicole goes to Leslie's apartment and asks her to show her alleged contusions. And so Nicole touches the so-called scar on Leslie's neck, the contusion, and it rubs off on her finger. It's basically eyeshadow. So lying ass Leslie, we should have known, and Nicole knew it too, because Nicole knew that she didn't even apply that much pressure to her neck. So there's no way in the world her neck would have looked the way it did. It had like all this purplish bruising and stuff, looked like a big giant hickey. I'm like, girl, stop it. Next, Ted tells Jacob he can't implicate Nicole, and Jacob tells him there's no law regarding him to speak to the police. So Ted says that he respectfully declines to give a statement. And basically Jacob was letting him know that I got your back. You ain't got to say nothing. Just tell me that you can't say anything and I'll move on. And that's exactly what he did. Next, Tomas walks out of Orphe Jean's holding hands with Eva. So not only is he in Orphe Jean's tongue kissing Eva, he's walking out holding hands like boyfriend and girlfriend. And what? Damn, we could have gave Kat the courtesy of letting her know I'm about to, hey, I'm with Eva now, or this is where I want to be, this is who I want to be with, instead of just out in public holding hands with old girl's half sister. That's just so wrong. That's so wrong. And that ends the episode.